Good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Leadership in Action. Hey, it is Saturday. Today is the end of a long run. Today we did 11 miles. I tell you guys, it was a tough one. I've got to admit, we've had a lot of things going on this week. Had a real long week as far as work and everything else like that. So mentally, it just was not there, and it's been that way like almost all week long. At about 5 miles, finishing my first lap, I wasn't feeling bad at all. Still kind of battling with some mental things, but physically I felt really good. But about 6 miles, folks, I just hit that wall. They call it the wall, and many runners know what I'm talking about. And that's that place where you just hit this thing, and it's like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home. I want to take my ball and go home, and take my ball and bat and go home. And so basically, from then on, it was just, for the next 5 miles, it was just torture. Just trying to make it through. And at one point, I actually saw a guy who was in a wheelchair, and it just kind of brought something in you, where you're saying to yourself, you know what, this guy in this wheelchair wishes he could have the luxury of saying, you know what, I don't want to run. I wish I could just, this guy in the wheelchair, as he's kind of scooching along the street, is probably saying, boy, I wish I had those legs where I could decide whether or not I wanted to run or not. And so it really kind of did something inside of me, and really kind of sparked me on to pushing on and pushing through the rest of the miles. Also saw a guy who was walking down the street, and a young brother, and he was had his pants were sagging, and he had like the sag nowadays. It used to be like this much underwear showing. Now it's like that much underwear showing. So I passed him up as I was running, had my headphones on, and then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy running on the other side of the street. You guys, you never know who you're going to see. You never know who you're going to affect. You never know what the things that you're doing on a daily basis are going to have an effect on people. So be very careful of what you do. And I'm not saying that you have to go around people pleasing, but I am saying that you influence a lot of people. John Maxwell, in his book on leadership, said that in your lifetime you will influence about 10,000 people in your lifetime, for good or for evil. And so you've got to be very careful about what you do. Last thing I want to leave with you is a thought. Like I said, I hit the wall at about 6 miles, and really kind of powered through the rest of the 5 miles, because it was an 11-mile run this morning. You don't always have to, in running, it's not always so much that you have to run the entire distance, but you do have to make the entire distance. It doesn't really matter how fast you run it sometimes, it's that you make it all the way through. I really want to just encourage you that you might have had some setbacks in your life, you might have had some things that have really thrown a curve at you, but don't stop. Go all the way through it. Power through it, power through it, power through it. Consider it a success if you make it through the trial. Consider it a success if you make it all the way. The only people that are not successful in this world are people who don't try at all, or stop when they try. This has been Sherman Ray, guys. This has been Leadership in Action. I hope you've really enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you'd like to give me some comments, or you'd like to hear any more about me, just go to my website. It's at shermanray.com. That's www.shermanray.com. Or you can go to redlettermedia.net. Find out all about me, about books and tapes, speaking engagements. Just got a confirmation right now. I'll be emceeing a fairly large Christian conference here in just a couple of months, or actually a couple of weeks. Or if you're in Las Vegas, you can see us over at the Diversity Networking Group. Over here, we've got 2 groups that meet here in Las Vegas on Monday and on Thursday. Or you can reach us online on our new radio show, which is called This Week on DNG Radio. That's on Ustream. You can get podcasts of it. I'll leave you some information at the end of the video. Anyways, this has been Sherman Ray. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.